All right, hello everyone. This is Josh, also known as Yashu. You're just tuning into episode 86 of the TLOY Talks podcast. We're almost at the 90th episode soon and all that, and you'll definitely happen with more content too. Stick around for it. It's gonna be more special for the 90th and for the 100th as well too. And yeah, just a lot of good vibes, everything else too. And there's more to say and all that, but I'm just gonna get it started right here. So around the late 2010s, 2017, 2018, she was known for a viral skit that kind of became an overnight success for a bit too, like the Nicki Nina door thing and all that, and then it has led to a career within music, within performing and everything else too. And she has since dropped her debut album just last week. Diamond in the Rough has opened up for the likes of Roney and much more. Performed all over the city and all that, and is set to perform more at a lot of events. We have the Bodkial Queen and all that. Stouteesha in the building. How are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's I've never really had a lot of viral people on the platform like that too and all that too. So
Am I the
I,
first?
I guess so, because from viral moments from Six Buzz, Keep Six,
Yeah.
all that type of stuff too. I probably had maybe one person from song and all that too that kind of made it on TikTok, but not from the legendary eras from Six Buzz and Keep Six and all that too.
Where
So
it's sensational.
yeah, pretty much
6 years deep, man. Let's go.
Yeah, for sure. And I know you've already talked a lot more about it, but I think there's a lot more about you that I think everyone wants to know and all that too. And I'm really gonna get this started right here. So growing up in Lawrence Heights, also known as Jungle, what was the environment like for you growing up? Would you say it was kind of blessed growing up, or was it very different?
It was blessed. Jungle City, my hood, born and raised. Blessed neighborhood. If anybody who's anybody they know, Jungle was the hood where any other hood would come and link up and it's a vibe. My mom, for one, she was one of the mothers of the hood. So she used to throw big house parties, full house parties or basement house parties, and everybody was there, every hood. So it was, and we used to have annual block parties too. But then, as every hood, years go by, all the animosity and all this contamination, conflict, and things are just not the same. But it was blessed growing up as a young child, for the most part.
No, I know what you mean, because even from the history from the music scene within the jungle back then, I know you've had Maya Moriarty and all that. Icy Springer, I know he used to live around there and all that. I mean, Top 5, No Joke Jigsaw and all that, even the younger cats too and all that. So was it even big for music at that time growing up, just as an industry end, or just only the community?
Well, you see, Icy, he's my age group, so he's a youngin', and Top 5 is even younger, so he's a youngin' too. When I was around, Icy's not born and raised, but he was there, right? From default family circumstance. He had a grandmother in the hood.
True.
But he wasn't around to see certain things. Me, I was born and raised, so music, I was around rappers. I grew up around rappers, my brothers, my cousins, and just man them from the hood that watched me grow from a little youth to a grown woman.
True.
And it was called Hustle Man Entertainment. So I don't know if you guys did any research or heard of them, but Hustle Man Entertainment is known rap group from the hood, Jungle, where Mayhem Moriarty generated from there. And, Ignay, people like Foot, people like Navey Sealz, who I have a feature with. Those are the people that I was brought up around. So it was hip hop. But to be honest, I was never into hip hop. It was always singing, but that's what I was brought up around. So it wasn't more so to say Jungle was big on music. We just had that one group that really flourished with it until things went salt. And then everybody ventured off into their own thing. Mayhem Moriarty would have been the first. He would have been the one to put us on the map before Drake. But he messed up. If you do your research, he messed up, he completely messed up, and that went down the drain. And then mans like Drake came and took over and put us on the map, right? But that's.
I mean, I think Jigsaw, I think he was also popular too, for a bit too, from 2012 to 2016, and then I think he kind of stopped for a bit too, because of Islam and all that. I mean, Top 5 almost had a big break as well too, and then another situation just happened.
Flourishing past my time when I watched the older guys do their thing, Yeah, top 5 came, did his big. He's still doing his big one, even
Yeah.
from behind bars. Nobody does it like top 5. Free my nigga.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's top 5. Who else was there from the hood? We have niggas like Pump Stretch. He's a feature on my track too.
True.
Yeah, there's a lot of talent from jungle.
Nice.
You know?
I know what you mean. And getting back onto track out right now, like, what were you like growing up from birth until like adulthood and all that?
I was a bad girl. Like, that is no lie in the statement. To be honest, yo, I'm actually good now. I am so good, but growing up as a child, I was so bad. My mom could have told you rest in peace to my mother, but I was a bad child. Like, I was just a spoiled, rotten child. I was the baby on both sides, and we're Jamaican, so they call people like me wash belly because we were the last,
Yeah.
But I was a brat. But apart from that, I was always flamboyant. I was always a go-getter. Like, anything I put my mind to, if I say I want it, I'm gonna get it. And yeah, I was always, I used to be bullied though. That's kind of why I turned stout. But I used to get bullied in elementary school, and that kind of made me put my defense mechanism up, where like I'm quick to knock a girl out. Like, if you look at me wrong, talk to me wrong.
Yeah.
So when I had a baby, I kind of calmed that down.
Yeah.
But don't get it twisted. Like, I don't take disrespect lightly.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean too. Like, I also had like another guy like earlier on today that he described his time about like being bullied and all that too. And like some people like kind of deal with like bullying at certain times, like others like they kind of like manifest the pain and all that too.
Yeah.
And then others like they kind of react like differently too. Like like I'll like make the joke like even bigger and like overpower like that and all that too. So
Yeah.
in your situation, like I guess was it like just kind of overpowering it or more like kind of manifesting it into like something that would boil down like later on and all that?
Well, when you say overpowering, if like, because what I did was I kind of like, I just put my guard up.
True.
Like, I just like, when I was getting bullied, I never got beat. I fought all of them and I
Yeah.
beat all of them. My sister's friends would go back and tell my older bros, my sister, and be like, yo, Niche just fucked up a bunch of girls. Excuse my language, sorry. But yeah, that was a story. There was even a time where a baga gal followed me home. And I told them, don't do that. Because if you come to my house is the block. That's the spot. All the mandems there. So if you come and you're showing you're gonna come fight little sis, something's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And so said, so done. Actually, my mom, rest in peace. My mom ended up boxing one of the girls because she was older than me and she was trying to fight me. I already beat her, and she had people following me over the bridge to my house. Like, you're really brave. So that's what happened. And that was the end of that story. But like, yeah, kind of just made me very defensive.
Yeah.
For the most part.
True. Yeah, I think that's what I kind of meant, like overpowering, like,
yeah,
just like taking over, like not becoming like bullied, like in a way and all that. So
yeah, no,
sure.
no, I'm not taking no.
Nah, for sure, and like to get more into your introduction to music, like what did you like grow up like listening to and all that?
I listened to R&B and like real old school conscience, like Jamaican music, reggae music. Because my mom, Jamaican background, so they listen to them real conscious soul music, like so. Yeah, like Sanchez, those type of people. Yeah. And R&B, of course, and some pop music because I was a little girl, like obviously. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, even like Jamaican music, like overall too, from like reggae to like Tosh, the Wailers, and all that too, to like the old school ones like Supercat and all that, and like Barrington Levy to like even like the new cats, like Shaggy, Sean Paul, and all that.
It wasn't me.
To like Vanessa Bling and like Vibes Cartel, Mavado.
Okay.
Like it has changed over time and all that, and it is kind of interesting from the ages and all that too, to like how the music was to like how it is like now and all that, because like even like some of the older ones like Lady Saw and all that, now she knows like that the new age music is
different.
Yeah.
But we miss the old age music.
Yeah.
We appreciate it so much when we could get a little taste of it now. We like when those old schools come back and give us a little show. It's so sick. And even those old school stuff is what we're sampling now and remixing and flipping to make something more, up to this time and day. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I mean, Don Tolliver actually sampled "Girls Them Sugar" like in one of his like his new songs and all that too, and all that. So
there you go.
It's like pretty amazing to see and all that. But yeah. As far as like your musical background and history, like how did you get into making music and like the musical background and history beyond it?
So a lot of people wouldn't know this, but I was always into music, singing more so, never rapping. Never in a million years did I think I'd be a rapper. I swear to you, I was always into singing, and see, people like Alicia Keys is who I always listen to. I have a voice more like hers. My voice is like raspy and strong. It's alto,
true.
or like Lauryn Hill or Monica, like those type of people. But yeah, I used to actually go to a like choir that was very expensive. My mom paid like $200 for me to attend every Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And it was very soap opera-ish though. So I didn't really like it. It wasn't my type of thing. But I still went because it taught you how to sing. That's how I learned my levels and my tones and all that stuff. And then I ventured off with that, and then I was in a choir that was more R&B because the director, she was from the Ohio, and she came to our middle school, Lawrence Heights Middle School. So all the jungle people, they should know Dr. Marine. Big up Dr. Marine. But she used to run our choir. Lawrence Heights LHMS choir, and we performed in the States. We performed at the Raptors tournament. So like I was singing there. I had solos there. I used to step dance and sing. Like those were the things. That's where the singing came from. But the music now with the rap, it took a whole turn from my viral situation.
Yeah.
So that's how that came about. And then
Yeah, know what you mean too. I mean, like even like being in America for a bit too. How's it like? Like even being in like certain spots like Ohio and like Michigan and like those like types of areas and all that.
It's cool because I've been there for different reasons, like music and for basketball because I was a baller, right? So yeah, I like America. It's more fun. When it comes to the music, I haven't done any recent music in America, but back then when I was in middle school, it was pretty dope. Like it was cool. America's lit, man. They're a vibe.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's like a good vibe too and all that. Like there's it's pros and cons, but like usually there's like a lot of like opportunities like being in America too. And like I think like it's gonna be discussed on like later on too. But
for sure.
Yeah. For sure. And like as far as like the situation within like becoming an artist, like what inspired you to even become like an artist and like even like take it like seriously and all that?
Like the viral.
Oh, the viral thing got you too.
Yeah, like I used to date an artist, a dancehall artist. Real Rich.
Okay.
Tanto Blacks. And he heard what was going on, my viral, because it reached everywhere. So, and he was like, what's going on in Ray Ray? So I told him what's the situation is, and he was just like, yo, you have to answer back. Like, you need to answer back because Jedi, he made the song, right? So the song was like, he's clowning out the fact that he was Nicki Nining my door. So my ex was like, yo, you have to answer back. But I'm like, I don't rap though, I sing.
Yeah.
No, man, you have to do something. Just write down your life story. We are going to take it, go give Sample King, big up Sample King. And Sample King, I go over it with you and just like, trim whatever and take out whatever. And we're going to put it together. Okay, whatever. We did it, got the job done. When I finished the song now, went and recorded it. Sample's like, no, we're going to do this the right way. We're going to bring you to an actual studio. Because before I was making stuff, because I did a little dub, like, the listen big blood clot fool. First of all, why you not there blood clot school? I did that from inside, right? So he was like, no, with the bodyguard track, we're going to the studio. We're going to do it proper. And then when I dropped the song, 6buzz ended up reposting it. And everybody, even though, because, mixed emotions about how I dealt with the people them from the elevator. Even the haters had to respect my flow, my cadence, like my bars. So when that happened, it was just like the studio people and everybody just kept telling me, you have a voice that's captivating. Like you need to use it. Because enough people can't do what you're doing. And you'd be like the first this, the first that of Toronto, the first this. So I was like, okay. And that's what got me to run with it.
Yeah, for sure. And
I couldn't help but notice you're deep in thought, probably brainstorming ideas for your next music project, am I right?
Yeah. I've been thinking about shooting a music video for my latest track, but I'm not sure where to start.
Well, Max, you're in luck because I have just the solution for you. Have you heard about Y2A3 Productions?
Can't say I have. What's so special about them?
Only everything. Y2A3 Productions is the go-to for up-and-coming artists like yourself. They're all about helping talents like you win over audiences with their unique visual style, and get this, at super affordable rates.
Affordable rates, you say? That sounds almost too good to be true. But what about the quality?
Oh, Max, you won't be disappointed. Y2A3 Productions has a reputation for delivering top-notch quality that rivals the big names in the industry. Plus, they're all about collaboration, ensuring your vision shines through every frame.
That sounds amazing. But how do I know they're the right fit for me?
Max, trust me when I say Y2A3 Productions is more than just a production company, they're your creative partners. They'll work tirelessly to understand your style, your message, and bring it to life in a way that resonates with your audience.
Well, you've certainly piqued my interest, Ava. I think I'll give Y2A3 Productions a call and see what magic we can create together.
You won't regret it, Max. Get ready to take your music to the next level.
I'm only gonna speak about it like briefly for a
Yeah.
little bit too and all that, but like even just like that viral like situation, did like life change for you like in a way based on like that moment? And do you feel like it has like opened like a lot of like unique doors for you within like many opportunities, not only as an artist, but like even as like an influencer and all that?
Definitely. Like, definitely. Like, this whole thing happening, I got to learn a lot of things about myself that I probably didn't even realize. Like for one, I didn't know like a lot of people look up to me. I didn't know a lot of people care for what I have to say, my opinion on certain life circumstances, trials,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I didn't know that. I really didn't know that. So that kind of did that for me. And then it's like, so with that being said, I then took on this public figure like thing. So I remember at a time before I did my time, I was on live and I was literally giving like advice for people that's literally going through life traumas.
Yeah.
So it was like very eye opener because it made me realize like, holy shit, there's so much people going through things you'd never know. And it takes one crazy negative thing that could turn something into a big positive, and then you start wanting to do more and wanting to do this. That's why I want to take this music thing serious, not just to be on stage and be in the limelight. I want to use my voice, my leadership skills. Like, I'm a strong, solid woman. I want to use that to help others, motivate others, inspire others, because I'm an onion. I have many layers. I've been through
Yeah.
so much. And trust me, I've surpassed
Yeah.
everything. I resiliate on everything. You would never believe half the
I
things.
know what
So
you mean.
I feel like I could help people by sharing my story
Yeah.
and showing them how I went about it and what can help. Like, you know? So,
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, like even like going to schools and all that, and like even like tapping in with the kids too,
Yeah.
because I know they have like a lot of like community programs where like people who have done time or who were like in a gang and all that
Mm-hmm.
type of stuff, they go to the schools, tell the kids about that experience and like what
Mm-hmm.
not to do and all that. And I definitely see you doing that and all that. I definitely see you like tapping in with the kids and all that.
And
So
that's what they put me on. At first, that's one of the things, because I had some friends from Jongo, Ethiopian friends too. They work in the community. So they're like, yo, we need you there. So those
yeah,
were some of the things that it opened up for me. So yeah, definitely. Like, you're right. That is
yeah,
something that I see myself doing too. It is something that I
yeah.
have done. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean, and like even to speak more on like Toronto social media because like it kind of had a weird change, like for like not even the better, but like even for the
Mm-hmm.
worse too. Because I know Debbie, like rest in peace too.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was like one situation, and like now you have like these like new cats coming in from like TikTok, from
Mm-hmm.
IG for a bit to Plush and all that,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like even like people like doing like the Toronto man accent too. So how do you
Yeah.
even like feel about like this new like Toronto content right now?
How do I feel about it? I think everything's dope. Like, I like what everybody's coming with. I think Toronto has so much talent, but there's just so much friggin' haters.
Yeah,
Sad.
yeah,
So much haters. So much people at the gatekeepers just blocking everybody's blessings. And
yeah,
it's sad. But apart from that, I think Toronto's full of talent, a lot of dope, like out of this box, out of this
yeah,
world talent. It's just a matter of having the right platforms like you guys, like, you know, and other
yeah.
platforms to help bring those things to life.
Yeah. I mean, it's like from a click of the button too, or like just like even like a recording too, like it
Exactly.
all like works out from there and
Yeah.
all that. And to speak more on like Jedi beats and all that,
hmm
what's your relationship like now with him and the other people like involved in the video?
Our relationship is great. It's so positive. It's so authentic. It's so pure. It's just so it's everything great. Like the youths, they're all grown. Like, you know, Jed was the oldest one. So yeah. Um the other ones that were younger now, Matten and Abdi, they're grown. Like Abdi, I look up to him. The one who was hiding in his,
Yeah,
I look up to him, and he's like a real big man walking
yeah,
on the block. Now they're grown, giving my kid money to go buy slushies at the gas station and
yeah,
stuff. I'm like,
sure.
what is this? But yeah, when I see them, it's nothing but love and respect. They see me, it's most utter respect. And Jedi, like, we had a relationship, but we're
Yeah,
still very good friends.
yeah,
He's like my anchor. That's what I call him, because he
yeah,
always steers me to church on
yeah.
Sundays, and I appreciate him for that. So yeah,
For sure. And
yeah,
I mean, getting back more into the music right now and all that.
yeah.
You know, what's like your creative process, like even like when making music, and what would like a day in the studio be like for you and all that?
I don't even have a creative process, you know. I'm such a like wing it. It just happens. If I tell you the stories of how some of the things I put out there, you would never believe how quick I just went like boom, boom, and boom. So I really don't have like, I just go with the wind. It's like whatever my mind tells me at that moment, it's like, yes, this is what it is. But for the most part, do you want to know like as far as like when I put out like content or when I'm writing my music? Like,
Uh, Like, I mean, more with the music too, because I think like everyone like wants to be tapped in with like artists like from like what they make and all that. Just
Mm-hmm.
like even with the inspiration, like what made them like write that song, what made them like think about that album
Got
cover and all
it.
that.
Got
So
you. So what inspires me most is my life. Every time it's what I've went through, the trials, everything that I've surpassed. I will go through something and then boom, I just start writing. Or I'll hear a beat and the beat will just resonate with me in a certain type of way where certain type of feelings come out. It just comes out that way.
yeah,
Sometimes I'll be on my pop your shit, talk your shit,
yeah, no, for
and
sure.
I'll be talking my shit. Or sometimes I'm on a like, yo, like I'm on a deep, like just really thinking in my thoughts, like, holy, that happened. Holy, I went through that too. Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
Um,
Like when I was like listening to like Born to Win too, like there's like a line that you said, you know, you did 2 years in jail and all that, and
yeah.
you know, with a lot of people who have like dealt with like the criminal like justice system and all that,
Mhm.
you know, what was like that experience like, and like what would be like the advice you would give to others to avoid like being in a similar position like that?
All I could say is like everyone's situation in prison would be different because not everybody is me. So how I had it in there, I could say it was blessed because I know how to handle myself a certain way. And it was just great that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was the vice president and president of the inmate committees in there. I had my own office, key, desktop,
Ah,
everything.
true.
I was doing my thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I made a positive from a negative. That's
Yeah.
my thing. So other people though, because I've watched other people struggle in there. They couldn't do it. Like it's hard. So
Yeah.
the only advice I could give is like, if you know you can't handle a lifestyle that deprives you from your normal natural lifestyle, don't put yourself in predicaments that will lead you there.
Yeah.
Because once you fuck up, excuse my French, and you have to get that sentence and sit, there's nothing you can do. The law
No,
is the
sure.
law. Like,
Yeah.
especially when you're black, excuse me, they make an example out of you.
Yeah,
So,
no, I know what you mean.
and that's what they did with me.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Because I know like the difference between like with male prisons and like, you know, female prisons and all that. It's different hierarchies, different setups too. Like I know with like male prisons, it's like more ordained to like certain like rules like within code and all that too.
mhm.
I don't know if it's like kind of same with like, you know, with the women based like jails and prisons and all that too. If it's like same code, same style, you know, PC up or like you're in like Gen Pop, all that type
Yeah,
of stuff.
no. So let me tell you something. The females at a male's prison, completely different. Females is like a piece of cake. It's like high school. I swear to God, it's bare catty business. Like, ugh. Oh, she did this. Oh, she's talking. It's so dumb. The men's now, it's more dangerous. It's more fierce. It's scary in there. You really need to know what the fuck you're doing. Like, know what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, PC out, those type of things. Yeah, it's scary in there. But in the women's prison, well, the one that I was at, you know what I'm saying? It's nothing really like too scary.
Oh, true.
You got people in there that really don't have a life, so they'll do anything. You got to watch out for those ones, of course. But like other than that, it's really nothing.
True. And
Yeah.
I guess like I don't know if it is like kind of like private, like in a sense to like just for like privacy and all that, or is it like, you know, like the guards have to see you like 24/7? Like,
Oh my God. Tell you something. They got to do a walkthrough throughout the day. So periodically throughout the day, there's certain walkthroughs. So there's certain walkthroughs where you just got to be in your house. Because when you're in the penitentiary, by the way, there's houses. And there's max, there's medium, and then there's minimum. Some people, because of how severe their charges and their rap sheet, they go straight to max. Max is bars. That's where you're on range and stuff like them more times. But out in medium and minimum, it's a whole block. It's like you're in jungle or in another hood region or something, and houses in a circle. It's like a donut. And in the houses, I kind of lost track of what the heck. You asked me. Oh my God.
I mean, just like with the privacy and all that, because I
Yeah,
know.
so yeah, they do the rounds, right? The counts. So there's one count where you gotta be in the house. Just in the house, doing whatever.
Yeah.
There's another count where you gotta be in your room. You gotta be in your room, door has to be shut. No, you just gotta be in your room, doesn't matter what you're doing. And there's another time when you gotta be in your room but you gotta be standing up.
Okay.
So yeah, there's no privacy, and they always like even when like you have like a curtain on your window on your door, right? So they're always walking through and opening and just shining the flashlight, little dumb stuff like that. Like I remember I had an issue where like one of the COs friggin' ripped off my curtain and threw it outside because it was down when she came to do count, but I took a shower.
Okay.
So you want me to stand butt naked so you can see my ass and stuff? So those are the little issues that happen in there. Like they're no privacy, they're assholes. It's like they don't like their job. And it's just like, yeah, I'm this, you're that, so I'm gonna deal with you like this. That's how those CEOs are in there.
And especially like with the male CEOs too and all that, because like I know like for like the jails, like like even with the Toronto South, like they'll have men and women like working there too. If it's like male led, if it's like I don't know for like the female like led prisons, I don't know if it's like only like women guards that are like
No.
working.
Male and female. There was actually a few issues that happened. Like the males are having sex with the with the females. It's like a lot of weird stuff. A lot of weird stuff, man. But yeah, there's definitely males and females. Like, yeah.
Nah, it's pretty interesting too because like I never really like take that into because never like being like civilian like in that lifestyle too. You like you don't know like what's like really going on.
I
and all that,
know.
too.
I know. A lot of people have so much questions for me. All my friends, they want to know. And when I tell them, they're shocked because they have this vision based off of TV and false stories. But like me actually being in there, like, no, it's nothing like what you think it is. But there's definitely a few things like, yeah, it is like that, but it's not how you might have pictured it. But yeah.
For sure. No, I know what you mean. And just getting back more onto music and all that too, like how did you even like get your stage name, like Stouteesha and all that?
Stouteesha.
Oh, Stouteesha.
Everybody has a problem with pronounce. I've heard the worst, okay? Don't worry. But Stouteesha is a default circumstance. My actual nickname is Stout. That's the nickname that has always been with me since I was 13. But it turned to Stouteesha because when Instagram was invented, I went to go create my account, and of course somebody had the name Stout. So I had to think and improvise, and I just added Isha. I said, let me make it feminine. And then I went viral. I just became this person, so it's just stuck, and now it's the name, like Stouteesha. And yeah, that's it.
Nah, for sure. And I mean, from like listening to the music and all that too, you experiment with like a lot of different genres, as like I think we talked about like with dancehall, R&B, rap. Was it something that helped you like a lot as an artist in defining your sound and even what quality means to you like as an artist?
It didn't necessarily help me, but it did make me become aware of certain things. Like for one, like I do a lot of different stuff, right? There's hip hop, there's R&B, like pop kind of stuff, and then there's dancehall stuff, right? I did learn that singing dancehall, I'm so comfortable with. I feel like I'm my alter ego, right? But it's not the same. Like I just really love to sing dancehall music. It just that's what I learned. But it didn't really. I wouldn't say it kind of helped me or did anything. I'm just a versatile person. I know how to sing. I know how to rap. Like I know how to dancehall DJ. I just have it all in one. That's all that is. Yeah.
Because like I know like even performing different genres, it could also work well like at performing at different events too. Like because like Toronto, it has like a big dancehall scene. Like a lot of like dancehall artists like come all over to perform in like these like venues like in Saga, Scarborough, Pickering, and all that. So like they'll have like people who do like dancehall music to kind of perform there too and all that. So
well, if you look at it that way, it is beneficial in that case because I have the different genres, so any type of setting I could adapt. But
nah, for sure. And even to speak more on the same song, you also talked about like family, like in the same song, "Born to Win." So how has like family like played a part like in music and even within the musical journey as well?
Let's just say this: family is not the greatest support. And I'll leave it right there. I won't go into details, but family is not the greatest support. Believe it or not, that's the sad truth of my circumstance. I can't speak for anybody else, but my circumstance, family is not the greatest support. It's not how I wish and hoped for it to be, but it's nothing big of a deal to stop me. You know what I'm saying? So I've got this far basically on my own.
Oh, nice.
So, but I do appreciate the 1 and 2 family members that do support me. And that's something that's deep too. Like, those things like bring tears to my eyes and shit sometimes because in this industry, like support is so necessary because it's so easy for you to fall off a track just because you don't have support. It's already hard to survive and do whatever. So when you don't have no support to keep you driven, to keep you motivated, encouraged, like, that thing could fuck you up mentally. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No, I definitely get it too. And, even with the other relationships you have as well too, like Up Next, how did that come about and how is it like even like being a part of their events and even having like the opportunity to open up for like Roney and all that?
Well, Up Next is like, they're like my brothers, man. It's like brother-sister relationship.
Yeah.
Up Next has been with me from day one. They always saw the talent in me. Like that's one thing I could say for sure. They've always saw the talent in me from ever since the Bod Gal. So from the Bod Gal, they just like, because I think when I went viral, that's when they just came out too with their stuff. So I was like one of the first people they reached out to and wanted to interview and they'll have perform at their first event. And that's how that happened. So we've never lost connection since. And then kind of fell off because, yeah, I went away for a while and then I came back and I've been withering and I'm on and off. But when I got serious, because right now I'm serious, I'm on go.
All
like, don't play with me. Don't play with me. I'm coming for that one. WW. Yeah. So with that being said, I had to really reevaluate certain things and like think to myself, like, okay, who do I need to reach out to? Who do I need to help here? What can I do here?
Yeah.
Like, you know, so with that happening up next, of course, I had to reach out to them. And of course, they gave me the best advice. And it was a wrap from there. Like, we just got together, we thought of a plan, and we've been working hard together, and they've done so much for me. So shout you out up next. Yeah, I appreciate that much.
Yeah, and like even like with the Roney show too, like that happened I think in Peterborough or Barrie?
Belleville.
Oh, Belleville?
Yeah.
And like just how was like that performance like, and even like performing in a different crowd that, you know, you would never usually expect like at a Toronto show and all that?
Yeah. First of all, shout out Roney. Big up your damn self. But yeah. That was dope. It was epic, yo. Honestly, that was my biggest show because I usually do small local ones like for little events or like at clubs and stuff like that on stage. But this one was my biggest show and it was a lot of Caucasians. I didn't think Caucasians really liked me like that because I was like, I'm all this dancehall and all this shit. But like, I didn't know they knew. And surprisingly, I found out I had Belleville fans. I didn't even know that. So that was dope. And like, I really enjoyed that. I really appreciate them. They're such a blessed crowd, like amazing to perform in front of. It was dope. Yeah.
Nah, I know what you mean. And, you know, just like with these like next couple questions too, like even with the whole Toronto GTA Canadian music scene, how do you like feel about it like at the moment? Do you feel like there should be some changes on what the scene should go to, or do you feel like it's on the way to?
There's definitely lots of room for improvement. Definitely. Like, it's definitely not where it should be. But I definitely do see people, better people than some, trying to step out and do things differently to show people how it should be done. Where more people get an opportunity and like, you know, it's just off of positive, genuine vibrations. But yeah, apart from that, like the music thing is definitely not where it needs to be because there's just too much warring going on, too much hating going on. Like we need to all be a unity.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So much things could be done, so much accomplishments, so much winnings. Like, and that's why I always can't stand Toronto because I wish there were more like America.
Yeah.
America's a unity. I know if I was in America, I would have bust a long time.
Yeah.
Period.
I mean, Toronto like had like a lot of like certain moments too, like with the whole Rolling Loud situation, academics, like with the live stream and all that too, and like even 2016, like when everyone was like blowing up and all that too. Like I do feel like there were some moments, but then like it kind of like dwindled down if a major thing would happen, like, you know, like Smoke Dogg passing away and all that, or like Rolling Loud not having another Toronto show and all that type of stuff too. So
yeah, it's just that's what I'm talking about. Like when they do try to do big things, somebody always one bad apple to mess it up, and then they don't want to do it again.
Yeah, and just like even being like a woman, like in the Toronto like music scene and all that too. Like, how is it like, you know, like even like navigating like through the scene and all that, and like just like getting the respect that you deserve and all that?
I get my respect. That's one thing I could say. Like, people who are somebody, they respect me, and that's all that matters for me. Anybody else, like, I could care zero. But I don't have no issues. Like, I got a lot of respect. I don't have no beef with no other female artists. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just doing me. You know, the haters, they come along because they're just mad. They're not mad at me, but they're mad that it is me.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they're mad that my character, my personality just carries more weight than what their big thing they got accomplished. But I can't help that. Like,
yeah, because I know like in some situations too, like, you know, sometimes with women, like in like certain situations, like working producers, engineers, there's like a lot of like weird stuff that tends to happen.
Catty
like,
business. Yeah.
And like even like artists too, like sometimes, you know, like effing for features, which isn't like
my God.
unnecessary, like which isn't like necessary and all that, and like even like a lot of stuff too. So like I know there's like a lot of factors that go on, and it's just like navigating like on demanding that respect and only being valued as an artist, like rather than just like, you know, like a symbol and all that, like in a way.
Definitely, I agree with that for sure.
Sure. You know, you managed to also work with Navey Sealz on the Bad Gal remix. So like how did that like come about and all that?
Well, Navey Sealz, that's like a big brother. They watched me grow from little, now the grown woman that I am. And, you know, they saw me take off with the Bad Gal track, which everybody messes with. Everybody loves the Bad Gal track. and he was so inspired and amped from it. He was like, "What? We have little sis repping for Hustle Man for Jungle? Now we got to do a track together."
True.
He's like, "Bad Girl remix, let's do this." And I literally got it done right before going away, and we never got to do nothing with it. We just recorded it, and then I was gone. And he didn't even know I was going to prison. Nobody knew. Everybody's just like, "Where the hell is she?" That's another thing I never told nobody. So he was pissed about that because like, "Yo, why didn't you tell me, sis?" But as soon as I came out, we shot the video and dropped it. So yeah, and everybody likes that song too. It's a pretty dope song. Beats crazy,
sure.
yeah.
Nah, like a lot of the stuff on the project's like pretty dope too, and like as you mentioned, like it's like a lot about like life experiences and all that,
Yeah.
like growing up, and like it is like amazing to hear and all that. And for people that might not know about you, like even like musically and all that too, like what are like some free songs from like that project that you'd like to recommend for any person that wants to know more about you and all that?
From Diamond in the Rough,
Yeah.
Fade Away. Cause this type of pain don't fade away. My type of pain, y'all can't relate. Fade Away. Born to Win. Fade Away, Born to Win, and Bad Girl. For sure. Like all of them, you get a little bit of me. You're like because one thing with me, I'm not like typical artists. No disrespect, but there's a lot of typicals that they just rap out the same shit. Popping their pussy, getting their body done, all this. I'm not into that. I just authentic, real. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, pretty much everything everything on there, you're gonna get a little bit of me on my songs.
I know what you mean. And in terms of like, like later on for the year and all that, do you have anything else going on like in terms of like the project support and like other stuff going on?
Yep. We are shooting a video tomorrow for Fade Away. So yeah. Locked up, fucked up with the charges. Yeah. We are shooting a video tomorrow for that. So I'm excited for that. I have another interview to go down. Something again with Up Next. Something that Up Next lined up. I can't remember what it's called, but I got another interview coming up. I have some songs that I'm working on that I gotta go record. I have a single that's about to drop. I'm just kind of getting the content in order on how I'm gonna deliver it. But yeah, and then I'm just pushing this music, and then the album, Diamond in the Rough. I have to push that. And also to Roney. I'm supposed to get back on another slot. So we are waiting on that. So that's supposed to happen. So yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely like tapping either way, and like no regrets and nothing like that, right?
No regrets. I don't regret nothing. Probably the only thing I regret is allowing myself to be taken away from my son for 2 years, because that was devastating. But I don't regret nothing. Because everything I've been through, it made me the person I am now, which is stronger than ever. So I'm good. Yeah.
For sure. And do you have any closing remarks you'd like to say on all that?
No. All I could say is like to everybody, whether you are an artist or just an individual out here, be yourself. Do not fall into the trap of society and what they manipulate our brains to believe we gotta be like. Be yourself. Like, own yourself, embrace your flaws. Otherwise, you're going to always be stuck in that box. Just embrace yourself.
Likewise. Stouteesha, like it was a pleasure like having you on to like even sharing your story and like having your journey and all that, like even like giving like advice and all that too. And like it was amazing to have you like on the platform too. Like we'll definitely do like more of these like soon and all that.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is like Josh, also known as Yashu, episode 86 of TLOY Talks. You could follow Stouteesha like on all platforms, like on Instagram, Spotify, Apple Music, much more. You could follow like the platform like as well too, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Buzzsprout, much more and all that. And yeah, like definitely tap in either way and all that. And
I do got merch. I forgot the thing. So some merch come in. This is one of the examples. So Bad Girl ting. And I got the Rude Boy things too, but they're gone already. So yeah.
True.
I thought I had one. I was bringing it for you, and it didn't.
Nah, no worries.
Didn't happen.
Nah, for sure. Can they buy it like from a link and all that? Or?
So right now, my website is under construction. It's almost done. I'm just decorating it and setting it up properly. But they could directly hit me up on Instagram. So at Stouteesha, and yeah.
For sure. And this is episode 86 of TLY Talks. Josh, also known as Yashu, with Stouteesha, signing off.